loves, and welcome back to my channel. Or if you're new here, my name is Jordan. I am the founder of Kosha Fit, and I am so excited you're here because today we're gonna do a video that's slightly different than my typical vlog style wellnessy content. I really wanted to sit down with you guys and talk about a few things that have completely transformed my life so that we can start building those healthy habits and become the best versions of ourselves before 2024. I'm also running a little daily TikTok challenge, so if you like the more short form tips, definitely go check that out. But really starting out in December and giving yourself time to build these structures, systems, and habits, I've found is so much more effective than just trying to focus on a New Year's resolution and hoping for the best. So grab a blanket, your coffee, or a snack, and let's get right into it. So the first tip I really want to talk to you guys about is the strategy I learned a few years ago that changed the game for me around my morning routine. So it's called the morning routine toolbox, and I know you've probably heard about the importance of building a morning routine and how it's the fuel that fills up your tank before the day. But I think in the past where I went wrong with it was really just trying to force myself into some crazy routine, whether it was a HIIT workout first thing in the morning every single day, or forcing myself out of bed with no real structure that actually fits me best. So this toolbox essentially contains 3 types of morning routines that you're gonna build out. I like to call them low and slow, your middle ground routine, and then your energetic routine. So you're gonna figure out different types of practices that work best for you based on the mood that you wake up in so that you have one of these 3 routines to choose from. So let's talk about the low and slow one first. That one for me looks like when I wake up and I'm just dreading the day. I'm super overwhelmed, stressed out, exhausted, and I just wanna go back to bed for hours. So with this one, I would get out of bed, and instead of just forcing myself to put on a workout set and go to some intense class, I would keep my PJ set on, go sit on my couch so that at least I'm out of bed, and then I would do a long morning meditation. I like to just find them on YouTube, but I'll kind of fit it towards whatever mood I'm feeling that day specifically. Then I will take a blank journal and just get under a blanket, light a candle, and just dump everything that's going through my mind. Then from there, if I'm feeling a little better, I can maybe do like a slow Pilates routine, some yoga, some stretching, so that at least I'm still moving my body. But the goal with this routine is really to just get yourself out of that funk and raise your vibration for the day. So that one's really helpful when you have like negative motivation, but you also don't want to just sleep in bed and make yourself feel worse. The second one is the middle ground routine, and I'd say this one is probably the most common for me. What this one looks like is I will wake up, get my workout set on, go and do an at-home workout, or just move my body for like 20 to 30 minutes and do a 20-minute guided meditation. Maybe I'll go on a long walk with Joey and Kaya, and then I'll do my guided journaling routine. So the goal here is to really just set myself up, lean on my routine to get grounded and structured for the day, and really just have a plan, really filling up my tank. Even if I do wake up a little overwhelmed, this routine is just the one thing that really supports me. And the third one is when I wake up feeling so energized. I have this tendency to just jump right into my work for the day, but I know how important it is to really give myself that time to fill up my own cup first. So in this case, I would go to a workout class, get some coffee somewhere, maybe just a quick 5 or 10 minute meditation to ground myself in my thoughts for the day. And the goal with this one is to just keep building that momentum of showing up for myself in the mornings, but not forcing myself to do this slow morning routine that my body doesn't need. So by having these 3 types of morning routines, you can really listen to your body in the morning, how you wake up feeling based on what you know you have going on that day, what your mood is like, and then from there you can kind of tweak your routine and figure out what is going to serve you best in each day so that you can stay consistent and really have that structure in the morning that sets you up for success. The next tip that I have for you that was such a game changer for me, really getting clarity on where I wanted to be in life, learning how to connect with my intuition, and the reason I really started my business, and really just developing this life that is so authentic to me, and that is spending time alone. When I was in high school and college, I feel like I was just constantly surrounded by people and noise, whether it was classes to go to, events, parties, living with multiple roommates all throughout college. There was never any time for me to take a break and really look back at my own self and really connect with my inner world. And when COVID came around, that was the first time I had really been forced to sit with my own thoughts and my emotions. And I feel like at first there's just so much mind chatter, you just feel so overwhelmed. All of these emotions that you can easily just push behind you when you're around people all day really come at you full force. So I'll be the first to say that it is really scary at first, but I'm telling you, nothing will give you more clarity about yourself, your passions. And if you're constantly like, I have no idea what I want to do with my life, I would really recommend that you carve out, even if it's just 10 or 15 15 minutes in the morning. And some things I really love to do are just get under a blanket, make it super low pressure for me, set a candle, really set up a vibe for yourself. Anything that you can do that really lifts you up, and then from there you can get out a journal and just write out how you're feeling, everything that comes to mind, and make sure that you really have no judgment of yourself during this process. Really just let whatever needs to flow. You can also try meditating and visualizing, but there truly is so many different self-care practices that you can start feeding into when you decide to spend time alone, and these will have massive impacts on connecting with that intuition within that's trying to tell you all of the answers that you're looking for. Another point that I'm sure goes without saying, but make sure your phone is either on airplane mode or in another room, because it's so easy to just get distracted and pick it up real quick and start checking it. So just make sure you're giving yourself that time. We are on to tip number 3, and this is something I wish someone would have told me earlier, but it's to just start reading books in the morning. I personally love self-improvement books because I feel like they expand my mind in so many ways. If you don't know where to start, I have an entire storefront of books, and every single one in that folder I have read, and it has truly impacted my life. If you're just starting out, I'll tell you about 5 books that I highly recommend that have had the most lasting impact on me. The first one is The Untethered Soul. I absolutely love this book. If you've never heard of it, it seriously gives you this whole new perspective on life and has allowed me to understand what the present moment is. If you take one from this entire list, I definitely recommend that it be that one. The next one is A Happy Pocket Full of Money. This one really opened me up to this abundance mindset and really how much in control of my own reality I really am. The next one is Atomic Habits. I love this one if you're trying to build out routines and structures that suit you best and really stay consistent with them. So this one aligns really well with this video. I would definitely check that one out too. And James Clear, the writer, he also has a weekly newsletter that my entire family reads. We love it so much. It has like 3 quotes, 2 prompts, and a question, but I could be wrong. And it's just a little motivation boost midway through the week. The next one is Daring Greatly by Brené Brown. This one helped me so much with putting myself out there, being vulnerable. The next one is The 4 Agreements. This one really helps you to gain clarity on your values in life and is a super easy read. You can probably read it in one day. I really recommend that one. The last one, I think we're on number 5, is You Are Badass by Jen Sincero. She is such a good writer. I love reading this one and always go back to it. It really has helped me with my confidence, my self-worth, especially with owning my business. Comment below any books that you love because we are all always looking for recommendations. Okay, tip number 4 has had huge impacts on me, and if there's one tip from this video that you start today, make it be this one. We are going to do a full analysis of everything you're consuming. The music you're listening to, TV shows you're watching, foods you're consuming, and this one is so important, and I didn't know how much it was impacting me, but who you're following on social media. Do an audit of everyone you're following and how it's making you feel. For example, let's say you follow someone on Instagram from 6th grade and you haven't heard from them or seen them since. It's probably feeding you this old energy of this old version of yourself without you even noticing it while you're trying to up level and expand into this next level you. These types of things really keep us stuck in the most sneaky ways. I would mute and unfollow those types of people and then go ahead and find and follow people who are super expansive to you. Maybe they inspire you or motivate you so that you can use social media really as a productive tool. Okay, this next tip is one that I absolutely love, and it's to get super clear on your vision. And here I'm not going to tell you to just go on Pinterest and find a bunch of aesthetic pictures that you like and throw them all together on a PowerPoint and hang it on your wall. I think vision boards are incredibly powerful and I've seen insane results from them, but what I want you to do first is get super clear on the actual dream life that you specifically want. In order to get really deep on this, we want to get clarity around how you want to be spending your days. Think about this future version of yourself and how she spends her mornings. Does she like to read, journal, wake up earlier? Does she like to get her movement in first thing in the morning? Does she like to travel? Figure out exactly what things light you up and make you feel excited. And when you take that one step deeper, you're no longer looking at how you think others will react when you get this certain thing. And these desires aren't coming from a place of ego, but they're really coming from these soul-aligned desires that are meant for you. So I'm gonna give you 2 questions to journal on. You can either pause this video and do them later or come back to it. These ones helped me at first when I was really figuring out who I wanted to be and what I wanted to do with my life. The first one is, if no one could see you, congratulate you, pay you for these services, what is it that you would be doing every single day and what sounds most exciting to you? What actions would you be taking on a daily basis and why? And really, really get clear on that why. Like, keep writing and writing and writing and just let whatever flows come out. Then the next one from there is you're gonna think about your dream day. And maybe you write out little time blocks, or you have sections of time like morning, afternoon, night. And I want you to journal exactly how it would be. So imagine your future self is coming to you and writing you this letter of exactly what they do on a day-to-day basis, and just write exactly what comes to you at first without any filters. Then from there, you can start creating vision boards of these aspects of your dream life that really light you up. But when you take it this step deeper, you're gonna resonate with these pictures and this vision board a lot more. So you're gonna be a lot more motivated to actually take action and create these specific goals that will take you to where you wanna be. Your vision is gonna motivate you so much. So really take it seriously and keep tapping into it. Maybe part of your morning routine is doing a visualization around what it is you really want. Anything that you can do to really tap into it daily is gonna make you feel so much more passionate for these daily action steps that you're taking towards these big goals. And the last step that we're gonna take to up-level our lives before 2024 is all about self-care practices and really how we're showing up for ourselves throughout December and into this new year. Being a business owner myself, this is probably one of the tips that I've personally struggled with the most, as I feel like there's this constant battle within me to just keep hustling and hustling for success and sacrifice my own sleep, my well-being, my health, my feelings, and my emotions. But I've learned by feeding into daily self-care practices that I become so much more productive, successful, and fulfilled when I really set that time aside the way that I would a meeting. So I'll pencil it into my calendar, or I'll specifically set my alarm and have a time block that's just for my self-care time. Or maybe it's investments that I'm making in my self-care practices, like taking myself to a massage or a facial, or to get my nails done, for example. I never used to feed into these things because I'd be like, oh, that's just a waste of money. I should just put that money into my business. But in reality, these things build my self-worth and are kind of like me committing to myself and making these promises to take care of myself. So then I'm a lot more happier, motivated, and productive in the long run. When you start taking care of yourself the way that you envision your future self to be, that's when you're really able to step into this new reality and transform into that version of yourself, because you're learning self-love, self-worth, and self-respect and confidence along the way. So there you have it. Those are my main tips for stepping into the best version of yourself for this new year. If you're watching this any other time of the year too, like I said, just start implementing whatever you can today, and remember that it's all these little small shifts that are what make these huge results. I think a lot of times we're tempted to just completely change every single aspect of our lives, and when we do this, we're basically flipping our life upside down, and it's gonna cause us so much resistance and stress that we're gonna end up back to where we started. When you really start thinking about these things from the perspective of what's one small shift I can take today, what's one small step I can take towards this best version of myself, and then that's when you're gonna start really seeing results and building up that confidence and trust with yourself that, hey, I am showing up for my self-care. I am showing up for these daily practices that make me feel amazing. And that's where you're gonna see the most lasting, consistent habits, because it's just flowing naturally and it's things that you actually desire to do. I hope this video helped you out. Be sure to start taking these steps, because I promise they will transform your life. And let me know how you guys like these talking videos versus the vlogs, or we can start incorporating both. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!